Let's get started. Hopefully, more people will join. This is recorded. I want
Oh,
to.
dang.
This only be an hour time frame. Um, so my friend right here, Ellison, he is leaving to go to um, Alabama next week to interview homeless vets. He's going to do a documentary. He's going to help them look for jobs and things like that. And that was the whole purpose of me starting this, was to support him. And then, with my connections I have, and just, reach out to people that we have a bigger crew. And you guys are, everybody on here is somebody I reached out to already about it. So appreciate you guys. And I really appreciate you guys coming on here. But so I think one thing, Ellison, we was talking about was, does anybody have any experience helping with homeless vets or anything like that? What's the doctor's on here, but I guess hopefully she'll still come on here. But does anybody have any experience helping homeless vets?
No.
Okay, Ellison, could you tell what you everything you're gonna be doing when you get down there?
I'll basically, we're going to be rehabbing a fourplex and it's going to have 6 bedrooms. So I'm looking to double up on the vets. So there'll be a total of 12 beds. So during the rehab, we should be done hopefully by the 1st of June. So before all that happens, I'll be helping rehab, but also during that time, I'll be looking for 12 homeless vets in Montgomery. I guess there's over 1,000 in Alabama. So based on that info, there's a lady that I met. Her name's Gwen Blocker. She's from the Air Force. She was lieutenant colonel. She's retired. And she works for the Veterans Affairs in Montgomery. So what she's been doing is compiling a list of homeless vets that are interested in their lives. So when I fly down there next week, she has 20 people that I'm going to be interviewing to see if they're a fit for the program that I want to create, which is basically it's going to be a drug-free and alcohol-free environment. We're going to be helping them with their credit repair, see what needs to be done, find out the type of jobs or the type of job each individual would fit into. There's a program called Atticus that works in military and retired military that helps find military personnel jobs for program. That's one of the avenues. The other is to do construction, which besides this property, there's a couple other properties I'm already interested in over there. And we'd also be hiring them on to do construction also, if that's something that they're interested in. Also, any local government jobs in Montgomery, if they qualify, we'd also like them to apply for that. So there's a whole bunch of different opportunities I'm looking for them to good high pay jobs. It would also include, resume building and also interview prepping. After that, we also want to involve them in credit repair, learning how to balance their checkbook so they won't get into the same type of situation that led them to homelessness. Also learn about investing. Also a health and wellness program through Anthony Richard, who that's only if they want it. And it's basically eating healthy, Anthony's into a vegan type of diet. So, so if they're interested in that, they can help, Anthony can help them in that way. So the plan is once I get there, I interview them, and right off the bat, I'll be helping them get cleaned up and then helping them find jobs right away. Does anyone have any questions?
Ellison, how are you funding this?
Basically, we have a hard money loan that's going to be approved. I think it's going to be by Wednesday. So that it's basically my own money.
So you're kicking in your own money to rehab a property. 12 beds total is what the goal is. That what I heard you say? So
Yes.
six rooms with 2 beds each. Okay. And then you will house them. Is this temporary? Are you going to house them until they are on their feet, like through a transitional program, or is this longer term in nature?
Yeah. The end goal basically to keep them there as long as need to actually get that loan, a VA loan, to eventually also own a fourplex anywhere they want in the US, so that they can either replicate my program or just to start owning property themselves.
Okay.
So Ellison, I was able to
Repair guy too.
watch the last video that when you were speaking about your program. Have you reached out to like the local municipalities, the actual local city and the state to see if they have resources?
Well, I have looked into that, and like there's the Vet Dash program, and there's limitations to that. Sometimes it's only allowed 1 room per vet. So there's certain rules and guidelines that you have to follow to be able to use their program. And I'd rather try it my way first to see, to not restrictions that the government would impose on you, and just see how that turns out. There's another member in our group. What's her name, Aaron? St. Louis.
From where?
She's from Cali, but she
Oh,
bought.
you talking about Monica? You talking about Monica?
Yeah.
Yeah, Monica. Yeah.
Yeah, so Monica owns a property in St. Louis, and what she's basically doing is she's using the St. Louis resources to, there's already a program there, but she's following the guidelines and rules, and I was kind of hoping she'd be on here to find out how it's working out for her, because she was just at the beginning of the process, and that was 2 weeks ago.
Mhm. So as I'm learning, I'll definitely share, but in my light research for now, until I've made contact with actual professionals, there may be different grants that don't have those stringent requirements on there. But you may have to link up with some folks that are in, like, higher up individuals that are in the city, and also like community action groups,
Oh, okay.
because they know of local charities
Right.
that would be willing to provide funds.
I see. So one of the things that I did notice is that in Montgomery, there's quite a few places that help the homeless, but not necessarily the military.
Mhm.
I kind of want to focus on that. And I don't want to, I figure if I do it in the beginning and they actually see I'm housing the veterans, that's when I can approach people for grants and money.
Mhm.
Once they see the program, I think it would be a lot easier for them to invest. I'm just starting out, so I'd rather show them the proof in the action, not proof in what I'm going to do, but they can actually see it, visualize it, and see what I'm doing. And I think that's more powerful than trying to explain something to someone that you haven't started something. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
I want to go. Give me 1 minute about because I definitely want Ellison to continue to talk. But I do want to introduce somebody on here who is new, who has a cause as well. Esther, could you introduce yourself and just tell a little bit about your story and what you're trying to do? Esther?
They're on mute.
Give me a second to my background. Hi, everyone.
Hello.
As we're waiting, Ellison, do you have a business plan that's set up for the model that you're doing?
We have, I wouldn't really call it a business plan. Anthony and I created it, and it's along with Aaron, and it's just a basic set of goals that we want to accomplish within the program. And then that's basically the business plan, is to execute it. And then from there, we'll probably get into more detail once we have better numbers to work with, real actual numbers.
Esther, are you ready to go? Okay, so hey Brent, how you doing, man? Good to see you, man. What's been going on and with anything?
Well, I had about an hour-long meeting with Monica this week, and I think it would be a good idea if we could all individually, talk one-on-one to try to learn more about each other's programs instead of all here listening together. So if anybody wants to talk to me about our program and see how we can get together and help more veterans, just feel free to give me a call and we'll set an appointment to talk. Because I don't know what each and every person on here does.
Yeah, I think, well, I know Alicia is trying to do something in the Phoenix area as far as housing homeless vets. So maybe you two guys can get on a call and see how you can help each other out. I would love for Monica to talk to Alicia as well about that. Because what happened with Alicia, Monica just purchased, like Ellison was saying, she purchased a 12-unit deal in St. Louis, and she's housing homeless vets. So yeah, I do think that do having, smaller calls, smaller one-on-one conversations, and then, collabing together and then coming back for a bi-weekly meeting could be more powerful instead of open forum format. For me, I want to support Ellison because I know he's going to leave pretty soon to go. I want him to get as many resources as he could. And I think the questions that was asked are great. So, but yeah, I do think that and I can try to, chair that of trying to have people talk to each other one-on-one, and then also start getting some information out there to each other as well. Jim Biggs kind of had me being the person to do it for the GOB network. So I have it's like a veterans corner where I just talked about this Zoom call, but all information, let's distribute to each other. So you guys have any, like for you, Brett, he has an additional information that you can distribute, please let me know. Please send it to me. I can send out to our group, and then I can send out to the GOB network as well. So to a bigger outlet.
Aaron, did you get the email I sent to you?
Was that the one with me, you, and Ellison on it?
I think it was just follow up to the Zoom meeting. I put our capability statement on there and some other things to kind of show what we do and what we offer.
Yeah. I think I have it. I gotta check.
And get that out to everyone.
Okay. Oh,
Was that part of the large email or was that something?
okay. I
different?
see. I got it. I got it. I'll put out to everybody.
All right, thank you, Aaron.
Okay. Esther, are you available now? Okay, so I'll say this. I'm not going to steal her thunder for her.
Hi, sorry.
Okay.
Hi, everyone. How are you doing? My name is Esther. I've been in the military for 8 years. I'm a veteran now. What I was looking to do is I was looking to house drug and alcohol abusers, including veterans. Initially, I was going to be for profit, but I decided the best route for me to go currently is nonprofit. So I've met a gentleman who teaches nonprofits and he teaches how to give grants, how to apply for grants per se. So he's having classes. So that's what I'm looking to get into right now. Currently in Pennsylvania, it's like a little restricted. So I'm trying to go to Ohio to start that up. So those are my plans right now. So I'm working on attending those classes at this moment for the 501c3 in order to become a nonprofit and get grants from the government in that nature.
Could you share just briefly the reason why? I think it's very, very, very powerful. Your story. Esther?
Yes, the reason why I'm going into drug and alcohol abuse is because my
Okay.
I'm sorry, somehow I got disconnected. But what I was saying was the reason I was going down that route is because my husband, he personally dealt with that, and that was a struggle of ours that we were dealing with for some time. I mean, unfortunately, it was like one of the causes of his death. So it's just been my passion now to help those individuals to who are battling drug and alcohol abuse to get away from that lifestyle. So that's why I wanted to build this transitional housing to help those individuals and just to let them know that there are other people out here who are struggling just as well as you are, and it could get better and it will get better, so they won't be enduring this fight alone with addiction. So that's my take on it. Okay.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. And she shared that on our clubhouse room, and that was very, very powerful for us to share it with strangers like that. And I definitely want to support her and have people support her in her cause. And we have, I mean, how many homeless vets we know who have gone to drugs and alcohol and things like that. So I think they can coexist. It's just a little bit two separate things with what we're doing at the same time, but I think that we can definitely get some resources to help her in her cause. So if you guys know anybody who can help with that, please contact her, contact me, and I can share the information with her, because I think it's such a worthy cause to do. both things that we're trying to do. So, Alicia, could you just explain more what you're trying to do in Phoenix, since we on a recording and other people are going to watch this?
Sure, absolutely. So as you know, I'm in Arizona, Phoenix metro area. I cover East and West Valleys, and I'm also a broker. My husband and I, we've always had a passion to help people, and he's been in the behavioral health field. He's a vet. Um, and we've just seen a lot of homeless vets here. And we've worked in the past with youth. And so we have a twofold passion, right? Um, our passion is for youth to get them on the right path, that have come from troubled homes, to try to prevent them from, if they do go into the military, to create a solid foundation so that they have the tools, the budgeting, the investing tools and knowledge that they need, so that when they go into the military or whatever field they choose, they'll have a better opportunity to make smarter choices. So that's one route. The second route is, there's so many homeless vets that are here. My church, we've fed homeless vets. We've helped them over the summer because it's really hot out here. We've given them water. But what we notice is there's a huge amount of them that live in the park, and some by choice. And, we understand that we're not going to be able to help those that want to be homeless by choice. But those that don't want to be homeless, they're not aware of the tools that are available to them. And I've taken a few courses with some. It's a Mutual of Omaha that specializes, like 90% of their loans that they do are for military personnel and veterans. And there's so much information that vets don't know that's available to them just to have their own housing. No down payments. They don't have to pay origination fees. If they go, with a specific lender. A lot of vets even, what is that? Oh, I'm forgetting the name. They're not active. It's the reserve.
Reserves?
Yes. Reserve professionals, they don't even know that they can qualify for this, you know? And to be able to put those tools in place and create a community, I'd love to have them all in the same area, because when you create a community, they can lean on each other. There's resources. I want to be able to have resources that's a part of that multifamily network to help them invest in themselves, to grow that platform so that when we help them, they can turn around and help their brothers and sisters, right? And so that's we want it. It's more of a teaching platform, but it's also showing them how to do it, showing them that it can be done, and allowing them to help someone else, because it feels really good when you help other people. So that's what we're trying to do here, and very similar. We have nurses that are part of our church, so we're going to have the health aspect of it. We're also going to link up with the jobs program that's here in Arizona. The city of Mesa has one. Each city has something different, so we want to partner with the cities to provide those resources. And also the behavioral health aspect of it, to get them counselors and case managers to help them with, whatever medications they may be having, and whatever skills they have to help them fine tune that, so that they can make money for themselves and be able to invest. So that's my goal.
Cool. Anybody have any questions for her?
Yeah, Alicia, do you have, is there a model or are there any other organizations that you're trying to maybe use as a template or as a mentorship relationship to help you get to that goal?
So that's what we're in the process of doing now. We have folks that um, have ties with the city. So we are trying to get in front of the higher up folks um, to see if they have models. There's models out there, but they don't quite, what we're trying to do is get the different models, like the model for the jobs program, the model to help the train the vets on, okay, this is what we need in order for you to purchase this product, right? So that model's already created. We would just have the lender come in and teach them how to do it. And for the other skills aspect of it, we're going to have professionals come in to teach that. And so we'd be incorporating their model into ours because I'm a big proponent of not having to create something from the ground up when it's already done. We're just going to
Yeah.
enhance.
Cool. Have you heard of the Veterans Community Project?
I feel like I have. I think I've seen it on Facebook.
Okay. Yeah, I've just was on their website right now, so I don't know a
Yeah.
ton about them, but I was given them by Stu actually, Aaron. So Stu Grazier and David have championed them before, and so yeah, they've built a tiny home community in Kansas City. I believe they've expanded into a couple other different markets right now, and it is more transitional in nature, where they're taking homeless vets off the street, they're putting them in
Yeah.
tiny homes. They are putting them into like a job candidacy program, and then getting them back on their feet. I'm sure part of that has to deal with what type of loan products are out there to get them into actual housing, if that's the next option for them. But I put their website on there just because it sounded very similar to a lot of what the initiatives that you're getting after as well. So it could be an easy reach out to say, hey, somebody else has been doing this for a while, and what are the big rocks as you try to unravel them in the Phoenix area. So
Yeah. Cool. Thank you. I appreciate that.
For the loans, is that only specific for Phoenix or is that nationwide?
It's nationwide. And I invited them to this call. I did let the lenders know that it's every other week. So I told them to let me know when they're available because I'd love for them to hop on. What I'll do is let me get their the link to their page. Most of the time you have to be a real estate agent to do the program that I did, a real estate agent or a lender, I believe. But if you want to reach out to them, I'll drop their contact information into the chat. I know that those two reps, sometimes they pick up and sometimes they don't, but they should respond at least every Friday, which is normally what they've been accustomed to doing because they teach nationwide.
So, okay, here's the big question. Is that like anywhere in the Midwest, South, I've noticed there's banking policy not to lend anything that's under $50,000. So is that something that lender would be able to do, or do they also fall under that umbrella where nothing under 50K?
I don't know about the amount constraint. What they do is they follow the veteran guidelines, and then, as you know, each lender has their own guidelines. And so I'm not sure about their cutoff. I do know that it has to have livable space on there in order to qualify for the VA loan. So hopefully that answers your question.
Yeah,
If it's
okay.
for a veteran, most times they're probably going to want to help them, So if it's livable space, I don't know necessarily that the price constraint would apply.
So is the criteria that they have to have a paying job, or how would they pay off the loan if they didn't have a job?
Yes, they do have to have a job. In some circumstances, and it depends, on which state it is, if they have a employment letter, so if they're not currently working, but they did secure a job and say they're going to start in 2 weeks or at the end of the month, as long as they have that letter, they may be able to apply for the loan given, whatever the income is. There are also some credit requirements. I think for this particular bank, it's a 640. I am aware that there are some banks that would allow, I think a 580 is what I've seen. I would just recommend that whatever lender you're working with, they do multiple veteran loans because and you're gonna want them to confirm what loans they do and the amount that they do a month, because there's certain requirements, there's specific forms that need to get completed. And you want to make sure that you have someone that's fully versed in doing so.
Okay. I'm sending you information out right now, Brad. So I was taking me so long. I'm trying to send you attachments out as well. So that should be sent out in a minute. But yeah, guys, this one thing is please please, if you have resources or know somebody who might be one part of this. I know this is not the only call that does this. I know a couple of organizations that does this. So, but I think that it'd be great for all us to combine forces to help with this cause, because I mean this is a nationwide cause, and the more people that can align together, like our good friend Daryl Murphy says, we're not competition. We're not here to compete against each other. We're here to collab and solve problems together. So I would love to combine forces with other groups so that we provide resources to each other to help with this cause, because Alicia's she's in Phoenix. We in Washington State, we have a big problem. Ellison's going to Alabama, so I mean, this is nationwide. So let's reach out. I know ADPI. I got to reach out to ADPI and ask those guys about this as well, because they have a couple guys who's doing this as well. So I'll be reaching out to others. Try to get more resources. Like I said, I have a doctor who's going to talk about mental health. I guess she couldn't make it this week, but I would love for her to, talk about that aspect. Claudia, do you have anything, or Brett, do you have anything to provide or just talk about? I mean, I don't want to hold anybody's time up if we're at a pass, but the forum is open for you guys to talk, and
I have a question for Ellison. So he's gonna be flying down and he's gonna be meeting with the vets in person to interview them? Are you gonna meet them in person?
Yes.
Okay. And so your hope is to interview and accept applicants that qualify, then offer them housing. And then because if you're trying to help them financially and then get a VA loan, what is the prerequisite for the VA loan for veterans? Because I know, like, for a conventional loan, you need to have like a 2-year work history, a stable job. I think that's like the timeline. Is that what you're accounting for, or do you know what the timeline is for the VA?
Yeah. So basically, I believe they need to have at least a 620 credit score, and I think 5,000, although it could have gone up. But based on that information, fourplexes qualify as single-family homes, although they're multi-family, they're still categorized that way. Within 2 years, there are some, I believe, VA lenders that all it takes is a year.
You're breaking up.
It depends on the lender.
What was that last part, Allison?
Which part did you, or which part did you last hear?
Aaron, you're on mute.
Yeah, you talking about lenders. You talking about lenders, and I think that's when you broke up, Ellison.
Basically, with the lenders, the VA lenders, yeah, you need a 620 credit score. It can be up to a 4. The amount is, I believe, $545,000. Brett, you might, do you have a little bit more info on that, or?
I'm catching about every third syllable.
It's 548,250.
Okay.
However, there's ways to go over that if they qualify. A couple of years ago, they made it so as long as they qualify financially, they're able to purchase a home that is over that amount. The VA will allow it, but there's certain factors that go into that.
Elson, I have another question, brother. What will you use to select somebody?
So basically, the information that Gwen is getting is their whole military background. When I interview them, I'll find out what they did after they got out of the military and ask them what they, to get out of homelessness, what's their ideal job that they like to have. Based on mission, that's what I use to help them find the job.
Okay, so really based on like ambition,
Yeah.
it'll just be how they answer a series of questions. Okay.
And Ellison, you plan on asking every single vet the same question every time?
Yeah.
Okay. I highly encourage you to do that and to document it.
Oh yeah, that's the goal. Besides doing the interview, for the documentary, I want to find out what led to homelessness, right?
Mhm.
Was it DT? I mean, drinking, that because he was in the military? Was it because of else? I want to get down to the root cause of how they got homeless. So that's something that I also want to find.
Okay. I just have in my other life, I had an HR background. So it's going to be very important for everyone when you do your questionnaires to ask the same question.
Yeah.
Good point. Good point. You gotta treat everybody fair. Go ahead, Brett. It's open floor.
We all bring something to the group, and what I bring to this group is the homeless shelters. I've got a lot of not a lot, but some homeless shelters out there that have applied for grants or loans, and they kind of attach me as a partner so that when they submit, they offer more services. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Go ahead.
I said yes. Yeah.
Okay. So if anybody wants to talk to me about teaming up to help veterans, just give me a call. And one of the things when people hear credit repair, you know, it's got a bad connotation, but what sets us apart is, again, the service disabled veteran-owned small business. We've been, you know, vetted out by the Veterans Administration. We've been in business for 8 years. So there's a lot that sets us apart from your typical credit repair companies that are just out there to make as much money as fast as they can. We're here to help veterans. I'm a veteran.
That's great. That's good stuff.
Oh,
Aaron,
Brett, typically, let's say a person has like a 450 or 500 credit score. How long would it take them to get to 620?
Well, every credit report's different. It's like a fingerprint. It depends on what they bring to the table. If they come at, you know, if they come here with, you know, if it weren't for bad credit, they'd have no credit. You're looking at close to a year. Some people have some established credit, but they got a lot of bad credit weighing them down. So if we can help them with any kind of the bad credit issues and leave the good credit, then you're looking at, you know, anywhere from 90 days, 6 months. It just, everyone's different. There's no pat answer for that question.
Okay.
So like you got to go, James.
no, I had an idea I wanted to run by the group.
Oh.
It could be a good forum to do this. Just something I've been thinking about recently. So, yeah, one of the thoughts I had was to try to make this a win-win for, you know, everybody involved. And as I have been submitting LOIs for mobile home parks, actually one in Montgomery, Alabama was the most recent that we did. There's this thing came to mind to me where we have this homeless vet situation right now, and we also have kind of a plethora of mobile homes that need work done, single wide, older, kind of pre-HUD mobile homes. If there was a way to pair a homeless vet with a mentor that repairs and kind of gets mobile homes back up and running. I mean, these things are sub $5,000. And there's also vacant pads in some of these parks that just sit vacant still, that need somebody to put something there. And then also a lot of these parks need what, in my mind, I call a greeter. So not necessarily a park manager, but they need somebody that takes ownership in their own home, in their own mobile home, to take ownership in like their community that they're a part of, which would be the mobile home park. And they just need to be that face, that the person that says hello, that shows somebody around, that helps them get hooked up and things like that. So I was just thinking, as an idea, would be to take some of these older mobile homes, approach park owners who would be interested in helping out a homeless vet, B, you know, getting them back on their feet, C, teaching them a skill, meaning, you know, helping them repair a mobile home, getting it up to standard of living, and then D, the homeless vet taking pride and ownership in knowing that they now have done something that they want to show and help other people do. So giving them a sense of community. And it would, you know, obviously, if they're willing to be a greeter, then they might be able to get discounted lot rent. The mobile home would probably come as more of a donation from like an army of individuals. And so they would get offered a mobile home that they then fix up, could live in at a discounted rate, could be a park greeter for mobile home park owners that would need that type of service, and it become a win-win all around for everybody. So one of the things that I would like to kick around and just get some feedback on, when I get back to Texas, I think I'll probably start approaching some mobile home park owners, and then in the course of just my due diligence, kind of throw that around if there's room for some of these parks to offer that. So love to hear you guys' thoughts.
So
Yeah.
my understanding was that for like the homeless vets, they needed needed to be close to resources like the medical center, like the VA medical center, the VA, like all these support systems that may have like near the VA. And so I don't know, like in the bigger cities, like, because I'm thinking like I'm in Chicago. Well, my home record is Illinois, so like from Chicago, it's a big city. The VA center is like the main one. It's like really close to like downtown, and so mobile park areas are not very common there. The other option would be if you know, if it's remote from the city, like, you know, the mobile park, the mobile area is remote from the city, it would have to have access to like the train, or somehow access to get to the city, to the resources, like the VA, the medical center. Correct? Somebody
Yeah,
else
those
have
are good
some.
points for sure, buddy.
And sorry, my video doesn't work because my internet is so weak. That's why I had to turn my video off. But yeah, I just wanted to chime in and point that out.
So Esther, for transportation purposes, there may be some groups, and it probably is related to the behavioral health aspect. If they're enrolled in those programs, and depending upon the veteran insurance, they may be able to call for vehicles to come and pick them up at no cost, or their cost may be minimal. So that may not be an issue for location. That
One of the
piece.
one of the things I've been learning is that's kind of the beauty of being in a small community like that, particularly at mobile home park, is that they do take care of their own. And so eventually you would find that the majority of the people are willing to offer rides, especially if they're on their way to work in a certain spot to and fro. So eventually, I know that takes time, but that could be another part of that answer, is that they're involved in the community that's want to take care of each other.
I think that this is definitely something that needs to be discussed more. I wouldn't mind for you to put on an email or put like a post out, maybe on starting with the War Room Mastermind group or something like that, and then go from there.
Cool. Yeah. He's got to take calls on a call. Look at him. He's got 2 phones.
Hey, it's Daryl Murphy, so hold on.
Hey, Brent, would you mind throwing your company's website on the chat?
Me? Who are you talking to?
Yeah, Brent,
Okay,
would you mind putting your company just on the chat there?
sure.
Appreciate it.
Hey, can you guys hear me?
Yes, hi Fred.
Okay. Hello. Yeah, Aaron invited me on. I'm a Marine Corps vet, and we kind of met on Clubhouse. And thanks for having me here. James, I heard what you were saying about the mobile home. I like the idea of actually having them almost like developing a trade. So you kind of said more like fix to own, but you're giving them a trade. So fixing a mobile home is it's not something everyone knows. I'm in the aerospace field, and I know a lot of those, like sheet metal repair, this, all that gets pretty complex, and does prepare them if they can get down the path of using that skill in the area that needs it. So once they fix their own, they can look around the park, and all of a sudden they have an opportunity to now maintain the rest of the campers or whatever. So I think it's a good idea. And if you get the right person to come in and train, they step away, and now you have a fully trained person who can keep the park up and running.
Yeah, I think ideally it would be somebody that starts off as a greeter, has that skill, and then could potentially grow into a park manager with those very skill sets of somebody that can walk around and do nearly anything. And now, they might actually make a decent living, besides having free lot rent and stuff like that. So very low cost of living, plus a skill that they could then take on and own. So cool.
Awesome.
All right, so we're gonna wrap this up in a few minutes. Like I said, I'm trying to hold your time. Did anybody have any parting words, anything like that? Like I said, I'm trying to work my hardest to get a little bit more people on here next time. And also, if we have any free resources, let's please just go into the email chain and provide information to each other. Let's try to collaborate with other groups, get other groups on here as well. like I said, I would love for us to share ideas with other groups, because, this is a cause that's nationwide, like I said before. So, anybody have any parting words, anything like that, or like I said, Ellison is getting ready to go down to Montgomery, and I wish him well with everything. Me and him definitely be in contact with each other, but
Aaron, the only thing I would add, I hate to go
Um,
back to Clubhouse, but Charles McClutchan, he's a beast, and well, he actually he's also a veteran, and he's I think tuned into kind of looking for resources to fund different veteran initiatives. I think he's also an author, so he's definitely well versed in it. And I was on in a room with him the other day, and he's a wealth of information in terms of what do you do to kind of get that funding you need to promote specific initiatives. And he was all over, from politician all the way down to the free grants and other promotions. So I'd say wouldn't be a bad name of someone to connect to, and he seems to be pretty forthcoming with information.
okay. Yeah. Okay. Well, yeah, definitely, man. Definitely. Let's all right, Janet, you gotta go, James. Thanks a lot, man, for coming. But yeah. I would love to connect with him and then connect him with Ellison and others. Like I said, I got some digging to do, some reach out some people, so we definitely can do that, Fred. And let's let you guys know. I mean, we can keep the conversation going on my meetup. I have at 4 p.m. Pacific time, 7 p.m. Eastern time. We can talk about this during the after party, the meetup, where we just talk free form real estate, and that can be something that we can bring up. I'm gonna bring this up anyway on the meetup, on my meetup as well. So hope to see you guys there. But yeah, Fred, let's definitely have him connect, man. Send me his information, and I can definitely connect with him.
Will do.
All right. Okay, guys. Well, thanks a lot. Thank you for coming. This would be, so I guess the next one would be the 15th. So thanks a lot for coming, guys. Take care. God bless you, and I hope to see you very soon. Thank
Okay,
you.
bye-bye,
Sure.
everybody.
Bye.
Thanks.